Happy Friday, everyone. This week's Facebook Live, we're going to go over how to be gluten-free and dairy-free or adhere to certain dietary restrictions that you may have when you're eating out or celebrating the holidays with your family. Being away from your kitchen, if you have food allergies or dietary restrictions, can be a little bit intimidating. I've definitely been there. However, if you ask questions and you do a little bit of planning ahead, it can go really, really well. So a little bit about my history with dietary restrictions. In 2013, I was diagnosed with celiac, and so I have been gluten-free since then. And in the past few years, there's been a tremendous improvement in options if you have celiacs or if you're trying to be gluten-free. So the biggest thing that I find to be helpful when eating out is to ask questions. Most restaurants are going to be very understanding if you have any sort of food allergy, so long as you're conveying that to them. I always ask for gluten-free menus or if they have gluten-free options, and 9 times out of 10, they are able to accommodate me in some way. If I know where I'm going to be eating out, I will also look at the menu ahead of time. And this is really great because if you're looking for possible options that you can have while eating out, it also affords you the ability to plan your food ahead of time, which is a win-win because you can enter into MyFitnessPal before going out, and you already know wherever you're eating is going to have something that you can have. If you don't have the ability to plan ahead, or if there's not one specific meal on the menu that is clearly gluten-free, another good option is to pick and choose. So if you are reading through the menu and you see that one dish has chicken breast and then another dish maybe has potatoes, you can modify and kind of build your own. This one can be a little bit intimidating, but again, the restaurant and the cooks, they want you to enjoy your meal. So there's nothing wrong with asking and seeing how they can adjust and accommodate you. At the end of the day, they're cooking a meal and it's all going to come together, so it's not that much extra work. If you are going to an event or a gathering, maybe it's with your family or your friends, a good strategy is to ask the host what they'll be serving. Usually they're going to have a general idea of the food that they're going to be cooking. And if you're comfortable, you can always offer to bring something with you, maybe a dish or a side dish. This is really great because you'll know for certain that you're going to have at least one dish that you can eat. If you know what's going to be served ahead of time and nothing works for you, or you don't feel comfortable eating something because the host is not confident that it's gluten-free, then there is nothing wrong with eating beforehand and just focusing on being present and enjoying your time with the people at the event. So when we go and look at time spent at gatherings, this is a really great segue to talking about how to navigate the different events if you don't want to have some of the food, or maybe if you're feeling pressured. So I think it's really important to know that it's okay to say no thank you. You don't really owe anyone a big explanation, and you don't have to justify why you're making the choices that you are. A simple no thank you can be really powerful, and it's not rude or it's not offensive to whoever is offering you the food. If you say no thank you, you can also let the host or the person know that you really appreciate their offer but right now it's just not something that you want to have. And know that more often than not, when people respond poorly to you saying no thank you, it's generally a reflection of how they're feeling, not a reflection of your choices. And we know that you wouldn't be putting other people down for making a certain choice with their food or their drinks. And so it's okay to expect or demand the same thing from others. So again, if no one can make you feel inferior without your permission. So if you're receiving negative comments or negative feedback, you can acknowledge it and just keep moving forward. The time you spend with your friends or your family is meant to be enjoyed. And if you're eating food or having drinks that cause you to not feel well, maybe you have a stomach ache, or maybe they just don't make you feel great, that's taking away from your time with the people that you love and you care about, and it takes away from your ability to be present. So when you are thinking about saying yes or no to something, really think about how what is being offered to you is going to take away from or enhance your experience with the people that are around you. As far as to track or not to track during the holidays, this is really something that is dependent on your goals and what you feel good about. I would definitely recommend that you are talking with your coach about this, because they will be able to give you different strategies, and they know where you are at in terms of your journey and what you are working towards. So to sum everything up, I make my decisions when I'm eating out, whether I'm at restaurants or with friends, based on how I want to feel. I'm very unapologetic about saying no thank you or about asking questions, because I value my health and I know that I don't want to feel poorly for eating something or drinking something that's going to cause me to feel terrible, not only that day, but in the days to follow. It is totally okay to stick up for yourself and to make choices that you feel good about. If you have any other questions about eating out with dietary restrictions or navigating the holidays, you can post them in the comments and I will be happy to answer them.